Next on All Steel Tabletops, Episode 1 of Buying Ammo at Walmart, One Man's Odyssey. Okay, as you can see here, I have a Walmart bag, and inside it, and no surprise here given the nature of the channel, I have ammunition. In fact, I have, let's do the unveiling here, 2 boxes of Federal ammunition, Champion ammunition. Each contains 50 cartridges. This is 9mm Luger, 115 grain full metal jacket. I purchased this at Walmart actually last Friday, just getting around to making a video about it today. This is kind of in response or riffing off Cutlery Lover's exploits at Walmart and his experiences at Walmart. I want to detail a few of my own. This was my second trip to a Walmart. This was not my initial trip. My first one was to a normal Walmart. Walmarts come in 2 sizes or varieties. They have either superstores or your traditional large Walmart. Not that doesn't look like a superstore to me. The first Walmart I visited was just a normal Walmart. They had a fairly modest sporting goods section, which had a far more modest section of ammunition and accessories for guns and rifles. I didn't see any guns or rifles per se, other than BB guns. They had a few of those, not too many models of that. I didn't see any actual rifles at this Walmart, just ammunition. The ammunition at this first store was actually kept behind glass, which was locked, and the glass partition that it was kept behind was actually behind the desk, or rather the let's call it the kiosk, where the sporting goods sales representative would have been. And I say would have been because he wasn't there. When I went to purchase the ammunition, kind of driven by the fact that I'd heard that Walmart has some decent prices on 9mm, there was no one there. No one there at all. I waited. I was not waiting alone. I was waiting with 2 or 3 other customers who also were looking for items in the sporting goods section. To no avail. No one ever showed up, or at least not for a good long time. I finally found a sales representative who was not actually working in that area. He got on the loudspeaker, got on the phone, got on the loudspeaker, and actually paged for a representative to come to the sporting goods section. Long story short, it never happened. I probably spent, all told, 15 to 20 minutes waiting for someone to show up so I could purchase some ammunition or ask questions about the prices. Never saw someone who I could ask. And the only sales representatives who meandered through the area were unwilling or unable, or simply did not have the key to be able to open that partition, get me the ammunition, or certainly were not trained to answer any questions that I had regarding ammunition. So it was a complete waste of time. It wasn't the only reason I was in the store. I was there with my family. Had I gone for the express purposes of purchasing ammunition, I would have been steamed. There's just no doubt about it. It would have been an absolutely intolerable experience, as it was, because it was an afterthought on my part. Live and let live. I left with the family and didn't give it much thought. This ammunition was purchased at the Walmart superstore in our area, or one of the superstores in our area. It actually had 2 sales reps who were in attendance. So once, and the partition itself was not behind a kiosk, so I was able to go and look at it and ascertain the prices for myself. Cutlery Lover had a basic problem with the lack of knowledge on the part of the sales reps. The ones he talked to on the phone and the ones he met in store simply didn't know ammunition, didn't know rifles, didn't know guns, and it was extremely difficult for that reason to purchase ammunition from them, to find out whether they had what he wanted, etc. The gentleman I dealt with was an older gentleman, senior citizen certainly. He seemed to know what he was talking about to an extent. He knew the different calibers of ammunition. He was able to differentiate between pistol ammunition and rifle ammunition. He was able to figure out, the number of cartridges per box. Basic things he was capable of handling. But a couple interesting things came up. First of all, in that little partition, I could see through it that Blazer brass ammunition was available at a very reasonable price. In fact, it was, let me just look at the card here, or the receipt rather, $9.47. In my area, in the Empire State, in deep within socialist territory, that is bargain basement price. Finding 50 rounds, box of 50 rounds cartridges for under $10 is a feat in itself. So obviously I've shot Blazer brass before. I have an empty box right here, which I purchased somewhere else. I was pretty excited about it. Unfortunately, I didn't see any in the kiosk. It was as if they had all been sold out. The gentleman who helped me opened it up, and because these federal ammunition boxes, these Champion cartridges, 50 per box, were right next to the label where the Blazer brass was supposed to be, had there been any there, he gave me these, and I questioned him. I didn't want to purchase the wrong ammunition. I didn't want to rob them per se. I didn't want to get the gentleman in trouble. I said, I don't think that's the ammunition, but he assured me that it was. And for all I know, maybe he knows something I don't. Although I believe Blazer brass is actually distributed by a division of CCI, and Federal's Federal. I don't believe they have any affiliation with CCI. I don't think this is Blazer brass. It certainly isn't packaged as such. Although I've never really shot Federal, so that's about as far as I can go with it. The fact that prima facie it does not seem to be the same thing. That being said, I was able to purchase 2 boxes, $9.47 a piece, for a grand total of $18.94. $1.52 tax in my state brought the grand total to $20.46. That is a steal. 100 rounds for essentially $20. That puts in the neighborhood, obviously, doing the simple mathematics, to get 1,000 rounds. What, 20 times 5? Talking about $100, you could get 1,000 rounds at this price. Outside of 22, there is no better deal in ammunition right now. A couple things did come up that I want to point out, though. In order to purchase this ammunition, I had to display my pistol permit. And right there, I'm going to take a little breather. We'll be back in a moment.